Well, hello, hello. What's going on? Y'all in here talking for a minute, huh? I missed a lot of conversation. What's going on? All right. Hello, hello. I didn't know there were folks in here already talking. So, hey guys, how's life? And happy birthday, Adam.
Happy birthday, Adam.
Oh, plug it into the bottom plug. I'm sorry. Top plug's not working right. Just waiting for Josh. Yeah, you always waiting on me, right? Always waiting on me. Stickers are on their way. Oh, that's not for me. I got you. Hey, Dana. Doggone. What's going on? Daniel, what up? What up? Lone Wolf and Old Wolf. That is fucking fantastic. Mr. Brown. Yeah. Josh, you're making me feel old with the Mr. Brown thing. There you go, brother from another mother. I like that. All right, so last week you guys were here. We discussed an on-the-spot deal. Like every week, I'm going to do an on-the-spot. Yeah. Oh, what's going on, Pointless Wanderer? Hey, hey, hey. Unicorn, that's it. What's up? Hey, dude, that's convenient. Yamez. You're Cris. I showed it the first time a year ago today on Facebook, and I thought it was really convenient when the memories came on, and it was like Facebook memories. Hey, you made a Cris, and I was like, holy shit. And yeah, conveniently tonight we're making a Cris from a cable Damascus billet that I made yesterday. I actually stretched it out and then folded it one time here, and this is 2 layers. You can see a little seam running down the center. I'm hoping it's not going to give me any problems. I'm hoping it welded enough in the middle to at least make a pretty decorative wall hanger, if you will. Yeah. Yes, question mark. Okie dokie. So, yeah, I'm going to throw this in the fire so it can start heating up, and the idea is I'm going to turn this into a Cris. So, the point of the Tuesdays is going to be on the spot. What I'm going to call it. So every Tuesday, you know, try not to make it like this one. It's a special occasion, I guess. But, I'm going to say, what do you want me to make tonight? And you just throw something out there, and then 3 people say, you know, 3 separate people say the same thing. That's what I end up making. So, you know, this ended up happening tonight from last week's discussion. Also, the blade raffle we discussed last week has not been finalized yet. I am currently waiting on a display to get finished, painting it with resin and everything. It looks like a piece of petrified wood, and it's really cool. So once that gets done, I'll take pictures and everything, and then we'll post all the information and rules and, you know, all that good jazz, and let you guys know about it. Yes, it is Adam's birthday. Happy birthday.
Really?
Happy birthday, Adam. Just for you. I sure did. Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to slide that in there a little bit. It seems to be teetering. Yeah. So I do think, I do it differently, I've heard from other people. I forge the shape and then grind the bevels afterwards. It's just a lot easier for me to forge the shape than it is, you know, forge the curves and grind in the bevels. So that's how we're going to do it. I'm just going to forge a nice shape. I'm going to go for about a, I don't know, 6-7 inch blade with a through tang. That's the idea. So we'll see what happens with that. I think it was the daughter going in.
Doctor?
Yeah, daughter went in. Keep on fucking. Oh, keep on trucking. I get it. Yeah, we were good. You guys hear that it's now illegal in England to fuck anybody outside of who you live with? Some weird shit, yeah. Wall-E is one of the greatest movies ever, dude. You should focus 100% on that. Right on, right on. Alright. Yeah, watch the fire for a minute. I'll be right back at you. Excuse me. You guys know how I like to show off new things. Well, this is something I started this morning that I thought you might like. That is raindrop with a double fuller, and I love the double fuller look. What you think, guys? I think it's pretty badass. I know they cook with anthracite. Yeah, I hear you, brother. You know, I actually cooked with anthracite before. Believe it or not. Yeah. Yeah, man, you're welcome. Neato. Yep. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to forge it out kind of like a little dagger, you know, starting a knife. Yeah, we'll see about that one. Yeah. I start the Cris by basically just forging out like I'm going to forge a double-edged knife or dagger. And I bring it down, you know, distal taper to the tip. And then I start making all my curves. Now, there's many ways to make the curves, so many that I couldn't even begin to tell you. I know you can just use a schwacker, smack it with a piece of wood and bend it. Put it in the vise and bend it. Hell, you can stick it in the hardy hole and bend it. You know, either way you need to, just to get the shape. But I personally use the horn. I've learned how to do it fairly quickly over the horn, so that's how we're gonna do it. Right on. That's cool. I make curves by drinking too much. Or maybe you see curves. Swing a thing, shall we? Gotta do a little straightening from the billet. It definitely sounds and feels very solid. That's a good thing. Yeah. All right. Got a tip started.
Jason is going to...
What's up? Sorry, I couldn't hear you. Could you slide closer so I can hear you? Is that possible? Or speak up some?
Jason Cook has joined us.
What's going on, Mr. Cook? Glad you could join us. Man, it's a good supporter of the work.
Neil Grant has joined us.
What up, Mr. Neil? Thank you all for coming. Well, if you haven't been here before, welcome to the shop. If you're coming back, thank you for returning. Yep.
Donna said that he looks like the people in the floaty chairs in Wall-E. No.
I disagree, Yamez. You're way prettier than they are. Right on. Yeah, Jason, I do appreciate your recent following and support of our work. I mean, it means a lot when, you know, people comment on our stuff like, hey, that's badass, keep it going. You know, we sincerely appreciate it, you know. Just something little like that makes all the difference in the world. I'll come back now. You hear? Right on. don't want to jinx it. However, I do believe this billet may actually be my first successful fold and weld. All I've done up to this point, whenever I make my billets, that's exactly what it was supposed to be, sir. That's a little sneak peek at something to come. Forgot what I was saying. Yeah. Up until this point, I have only done the cut and stack method. Like, I'll make an initial weld and draw it out, then I'll cut and stack and draw it out, cut and stack. So I decided, what the hell, I need to practice some shit. So that was my very first, make a groove in the center, fold, and re-weld. So that makes me happy. Phone ringing. Tell them to shut up. You watching me? Right? See, a good thing I have noticed about cable, if you do start to get a split in it can work a lot like wrought iron if you know how to do it. Basically, wrought iron very easily forge welds back in on itself. With cable, it's mostly 1084, at least from my experience. If you catch it in time before it builds up too much, you can flux that area, or scrub it out, flux that area, and forge it back in on itself if you keep it hot enough. And you can actually close the inclusions a lot easier on this than you can on, for instance, a Damascus billet. 1084 and 15 and 20, something like that. Mountain Critter, what's going on, Mountain Critter?
Love the name.
That's a good name, absolutely. Happy to see some new names in here, guys. So, what's going on? If you don't know me, I'm the Blunicorn around here. Which, we're actually thinking about adding that to one of the touch marks, and I think I want it to be the unicorn skull that's on the front of the van, since, that's the Blunicorn. What do you think about that? Yeah, a sideways unicorn horn, side profile. I'll put it on the shirt, too. Speaking of the shirts, we're going to have fun with those. We're coming up real soon. We got to make some shirts.
Namaste.
Stan just moved over. Namaste.
Namaste. A slave being recognized as a slave.
Namaste. That's right. Yeah. Looks like I may need a little more heat, strangely. Got it turned down a little bit. I don't want to burn up all my fuel this time.
Thank you, Neil.
What'd Neil say?
Just got home finally after a long day at work. Gotta go get some wood from my dad. Just wanted to stop in and say hi and some thumbs up.
What's going on, brother? Welcome, welcome.
Speargrass likes the idea of using one touch marker.
Yeah, I think that'll just be for certain things, honestly, because the first degree logo is going to be on every damn thing I make regardless, but I think like the special items that go to those that know who the Blunicorn is going to have the Blunicorn touch mark on it. I think that's necessary. I mean, at the very least, I can cut it out and etch it like I do the rest of them now. Stickers? Probably. I don't know. I think everybody at Quad State got my stickers. But I don't know if anybody else has them unless you placed an order with me. And if you ordered anything from me within the past year, basically I believe most of our orders had a sticker, right?
No.
No? Well, I thought. We've been out of stickers for a minute, huh?
We're not out of stickers.
Oh man, I gotta tell you that. Alright. See, this is convenient to me. The way that the twist is going down like that, I'm gonna have to make a cable Damascus horn and put it on the front of the car. Like, I'm gonna swap out the plastic horn for a cable Damascus horn. I think that'd be cool. The whole unicorn skull out of Damascus? Ooh, that'd be the shit. That sounded Huh?
Craig is jerky.
Oh, Craig, what's going on, brother? Yeah, Mr. Jardine, Craig L. Jardine. You know him.
Okay.
Always here, always on Facebook. What up, Mr. Jardine?
He does want to do it.
It is. Yeah, you weren't at Quad State. I'd be more than happy to send you one. Oh, won't let you have the one I sent. That's right. I did send one with the order. I'll get you some, man. I assume. I'll get you some stickers. The last window sticker we had for the car went with that order. Yeah. So that was our last one. We'll make some new ones. Yeah. Y'all hear that? Can y'all hear her okay at all? Or you just hear me? Getting the shape in there pretty well. Once I get the point in, or closer to a point, I'm going to start doing the distal taper on all four sides. That way it tapers to a point this way and tapers to a point this way, and then I'll start putting in the curves. Mr. Gordon, what is happening? Gordon Farmer? Is that the one?
Yeah.
Hey. All right. Cable Damascus Cris in the works. Yes, sir. Oh, so this billet was made from 6 inches. I'll take that back. 8 inches. So a dude's 6 inches, I guess. 8 inches of cable made that length twice, and I folded it in on itself again. So. Yeah, not bad. I got the cable from Sully. Those of you who don't know him, Shamrock Ford, good dude. Yeah, and there's the cable. It's a whole piece of crane cable, I believe. It's pretty good stuff. But yeah, that's what the billet was made from. So I welded this together once, drove it out, flipped it one time, and that was it. Hey. What's up? 12 and 12. Dang. I like seeing that. 12 people, 12 likes. That's nice. Gonna be selling my car. Well, that's never good. Unless you have to, Thick piece of cable? Not really. I got a thicker one over here. Actually, I've got one that I got from a dude, Antonio Velasquez. You've heard me say those names a few times. Went to a hammer-in, an Outcast Brotherhood hammer-in there. And he hooked me up with a shit ton. I've actually got one that's about 3 inches. The only problem is it's slammed full of rust, so I have to soak it in vinegar for about a week before I try to forge that one. It has a gorgeous pattern, but I got to soak it a lot. Now, if I had a power hammer, I might even try to do some rusty cable Damascus, pull off some wicked wizard Tim shit, but I don't have the power hammer and my press isn't gonna, get that shit together right. My arm's not gonna do it either. Working back, drawing it out. Bad, huh? I don't know if you can see it, but I can see the pattern running all through it. It looks wicked. Alright, Neil, thanks for stopping by, brother. You know how it is once I get it forged out and the surface ground, I'll do a test edge and send it out so you can take a look. It is hot over here. What is it, 98 degrees outside and whatever that is? I don't know, it's probably 70-ish now. 78.
I don't know, I'm sitting over here.
Yeah. Well, I got the fan over there blowing some of the heat out, but it doesn't really reach me that well. Oh, sorry about the internet. You got it. Will do, sir. Thank you for coming. Look for the pictures. Where did you get that handle? What handle are we speaking of, sir? Are you asking me? Not quite sure what handle we're speaking of now. I'm speaking on your hammer. Oh, I got you. Yeah, it came with the hammer, brother. Yeah. This hammer was made by Hans Groth over at Charmin Hollow Forge, and all of his hammers come with the same handle. And honestly, this is the only one that doesn't give me a blister because I can, you know, index it perfectly, and it's the only one that doesn't give me a blister.
Mine's the exact same way, like it's perfect.
Exactly. Hers is the Mrs. version of mine, as you can see. It's adorable, but yeah, they're all the handles are the same, and that's where I got them, man. Here's another. Yep. But yeah, he'd be the man to talk to if you're looking for that handle. And
It is a very nice hammer to swing.
it is very comfortable. Indexes very well. No blisters on my hand. I mean. That's the one I always use, so I've gotten used to it. As you can tell, there's no longer black on the handle. It's all wearing off the wood. So, yeah, my hand's been swinging that a lot. All right, say that again when I'm not hammering. Starting to get somewhere. Yeah, starting to get somewhere nicely. You see, we're starting to get the taper on all four sides. See, that's the idea. I want it thinner towards the tip, so most of the weight is here. Once, you know, I get the handle on it, it's balanced center because it does the distal taper towards the end, so you don't have a lot of forward weight. I might even attempt something really ballsy and put a fuller all the way down that center ridge. We'll see. I've noticed that I always do that. No matter how long I stand here and talk, and no matter how cold that steel gets, I always hit it one more time before I stick it in the forge. Why don't you people call me out on that and say, stop hitting cold steel, fucker? It's what?
Adam said his and hers hammers. You know you're a blacksmith when?
Absolutely. His and hers hammers. Fuck yes. That is the truth.
Did you tell them the names?
Alright, this is Groff Sidious. The dog's head is Han Solo, and her hammer is Princess Leia, because of the buns, you know. It's perfect, so they all ran together, and I was giving them those names to represent Hans.
And I just went with Leia because I'm a nerd.
And a hair on your back, crap. You don't pull her. Oh, it's like that, huh? Oh, and there ain't a hair where? So that's a challenge. Challenge accepted. Funny thing is, as I'm putting in this distal taper, it's already starting my curves. So I'm going to take full advantage of that and go ahead and twist it the way it wants, or bend it the way it wants to bend. It's almost time to start to bend, so we're going to start, working the tip out, and I'm going to start from the tip and work my way backwards. Which means at some point I'm going to flip the billet. Nobody said stop hitting cold steel. What's up, man? Come on.
Stop hitting cold steel, you fucker.
Thank you! Right on. Yeah, Adam, I wore a dress for you today. Oh, look. We believe 100% in being regimental around here.
Don't show them.
I'm not showing them anything. This is YouTube. I can, lose it forever. Yeah. Yeah, now let's hit Facebook and see what's up. Yeah, I'll get banned there too, right? Man, it's hot.
Nice legs.
Nice legs. You can barely see the legs. Alright, I'm not leaning on the ammo. It's a little bit warm. Yeah. Gone traditional. Yeah, we can call it that. Is that Princess Leia? Yes.
It doesn't say lay her, it says layer.
Princess Leia.
Not lay her, get your dirty mind out of it.
I saw Leia.
I'm sure you did.
Princess Leia. Stop hitting cold steel. There you go. Thank you, Dan. Appreciate it. For reals. I just said for reals. Like I'm like in this generation or some shit. But yeah, for reals is my generation. Whatever. Let's just tap it a little more.
As in a layer on the basket.
Ah, Princess Leia.
Wait, you didn't get that? The basket flavor is better.
By the way, guys, we had a discussion. A few of us had a discussion about a Damascus hammer and whether or not you can temper it back enough to be usable without splitting seams or making occlusions or whatnot. And I am willing to test that theory. I'm pretty sure they can be made because I saw this one dude that makes, I think he's the only one in the world that makes pattern welded Damascus shotgun barrels or rifle barrels.
Really?
Yeah, so it's a Damascus rifle barrel that does not explode when you fire. So he did one hell of a job coming up with that amalgamation, if you will.
Oh, I know.
I'll drop down to 8 folks. Alright. I am not. Okay, so look.
Don't even try.
I made Damascus ammo keychains. Okay, not real ammo, but I made some Damascus bullets to take up there to her job where she does the bullet thing. And the bullet thing, yeah, the job where she does the bullet thing, yeah. Anyway, so I took them up there and they were really popular right away. So I've got to make a whole bunch of Damascus bullets, all different sizes. So if you guys want one, it's gonna be 2 or 3 total different sizes. It'll be like 20, 30, and 40 bucks for the sizes. So let me know what you want, if you want. I guess you'll have to see the pictures first. Which I get. All right. Some more tapering.
But a pain to make.
What?
Adam said it would be pretty, but a pain to make.
The bullets?
The hammer.
Oh, yeah. I'm mostly concerned about putting the drift through. Because once you do the hammer-eye drift through, I mean, that's the quickest way to split those layers in half. So, depending on where you run it, you know, I don't know. I'm not that experienced in hammer making, but yeah, I agree with that. Yeah, exactly. It depends on what type of patterning, though, depending on, you know, where the hole's going to end up, depending on the patterning. Always glutton for punishment. I'm glutton for fantastic artwork. All right, so distal taper. Distal taper. All the way down all four sides. So, now I'm going to start my bends. Whenever I flip it around and get enough bends to where I'm happy with the blade, then I'm going to hammer in the tang from there. So, you know, see what happens. I'll let that warm up for a minute and step away from the fire, guys. I personally haven't had any success. I mean, I've had a little success with twist Damascus, but I had a few inclusions in it. That's what I made the bullets out of, actually, was twist Damascus. I think it was, what, like quarter-inch twist Damascus after it was all said and done and, you know, welded back to square, or, you know, squared back off from where I twisted it. So, yeah, I just put it on the grinder and ground out the shape of a bullet. And put a keychain through the end of it, up near the firing cap. So, pretty cool. Yeah. Oh, non-focus back. What up? Yeah, I think that would be pretty cool. But the thing about the 3-inch cable is whenever I welded it, it stops at like 1.5 inches. It loses half the mass round. So it'd be a little difficult to make a hammer out of that unless we're making like a little ball peen hammer, which would be cool. You know, I might start with a small hammer and then move to something bigger just to try it out. It's a good idea. You know, not bad. Like one of my mini hammers that I make. Where are they at? Here's one. Yeah, we do. So I'm going to start with something like this just as a concept because it's really cute. So this is a little dog set I made. Yeah, so I'll start out with something like this out of Damascus just to prove the concept and then abuse the shit out of it and see how it works before I make something big and dedicate that material to that hammer. Trial and error, right? I swear I lose like 50 pounds every time I stand next to this fork. Just all running off of me in sweat. Alright, so now let's do bending, yes. There we go. Don't fall, thanks. Stay there, don't fall. Alright. Here we go. Bend 1. Bend 2. Back to bend 1. Straighten up. Back to bend 2. Not bad. This cable's moving pretty damn easy for these bends, to be honest. So you got to go back and forth and keep them lined up as you go along to make sure you know, have a good curve. Now, remember what you have to focus on most with these is you need to make sure that the very tip is lined up with the ricasso. As long as you do that, it'll stab straight, and it doesn't matter if the waves are off a little bit or don't quite look symmetrical. As long as that point is centered with the ricasso, that's all you need to worry about, and you're good to go. Phone almost fell. wasabi. So yeah, what's up, folks? Hey, 12 people back. All right. You've done a folded forge weld now. Yes, I have. Officially. Yeah, it's definitely, it's not coming apart on me. Right on. Yay. Thanks. Yeah, so it looks like it might turn out to be a decent blade. We'll see after I grind it and do the heat treat. So y'all confuse me with these numbers. It goes 9, 12, 8, 10, 7, 15. Back and forth. Like, oh, you're back. What up, Spence? Mr. Coots. Yeah, we just hammering out a little Cris. Ready. Now we're gonna go for bend number 1, and I'm gonna do it on the back side. I mean bend number 3. My bad. You see how I use that ridge there to sit on the horn? I use this ridge on the horn so I can put this one behind it. See? There you go. Straighten it back out. Not doing too bad so far, right? Looking pretty good if I do say so myself. What's that?
Gordon said, sorry, had to disappear for a moment, had a major breaking news week.
Oh, one of them.
Up and down.
Another one of them things, huh? What's going on, Mr. Farmer? We need to be concerned. I mean, if it's like, you know, mainstream media news alert, then I mean, that's like some of the biggest bullshit I've been hearing lately. Dude, has anyone seen, I forget what city it is, but CNN was showing a city on fire saying, look what the rioters have done to this city. And then right below it is a picture of the opening scene for World War Z, and it's the exact same clip that they're using. Same video, same picture, everything. How is that covering shit? I mean, really, how is it? Why even do that? What's the point? Hysteria? Well, I mean, what is the point of that? That's so stupid. Alright, when it gets back towards the thicker area, I actually have to use the side of the anvil up here to help me with the bends. So you're basically just going back and forth and back and forth. And once you get them...
Chewy has joined us.
What up, Chewy? Yeah, once you get them established, then you can go back to the horn. Straighten them out. See that? Right there on that side, I basically just put in a little notch. Alright, then we can go back to the horn and bring it out. But it's cold right now. I think this Cris is going to be kind of cool. If I can stop hitting cold steel, it might actually make it through heat treat. There's a possibility. What? Louisiana barbecue chef noticed for serving food to police got shot by police.
Yeah, I saw that earlier.
Dude coming to deliver food?
Yeah, it was a dude with a barbecue truck. He could be on the police for free. And he got shot in the riots. And of course, person coming. Because what this shit's coming to.
Yes, that's absolutely what this shit has come to. Stu fucking Pittity. My Cris is coming right along. What do you guys think?
Andy Bob is joining us.
Bobo! What's happening, brother? liking the way that the grain is actually following. I love that because you don't get that with, you know, anything other than Damascus or raw 9 or something like that. I love the fucking way the grain follows it. It's gorgeous. I love it. Man, yeah, Chris is coming right along. Looks like I've done that a time or 3. I'm going to try to tighten those up as much as I can. As I go down, I'll put in a couple more and then come back and try to tighten them up and tighten the folds as much as I can, just to give it more of a wave. But I don't want to go too far and then screw myself out of, you know, grinding the bevels into it, because that'll be a pain in the ass. What is, oh, yeah. Hey everybody, hey. Rioters. How about I burn down y'all's houses? Yeah. See, here's my thoughts. I don't live in the city. As long as nobody comes knocking on my door, we're good.
Yeah, they've had riots in Douglasville.
Yeah, they've had them in Douglasville, they've had them in Atlanta. I mean, there's riots 20 minutes from us. However, we're not directly in the city. But if somebody comes to my door, you better believe, if they intend to get in, they won't leave. I didn't effing think so. Right on. Get off my damn lawn. I don't like that. Get off my lawn. Yeah. I honestly feel like we put up our security system right on time, man. You come in this property, we know. Believe me, we know. Oh, sorry, you're not watching. So you can see, I basically start on one side and round it out as I go to give it more of the round curve. Happy at how solid that sounds. I gotta tell you that. I am super happy at that. I was very concerned about that center seam, but I seem to be having no problems. Normally, if you've got a crack in it like that, or a seam that's not welded solid, it's gonna clank, or it's not gonna ring like a bell, and it's ringing, so I'm happy.
Jimmy thinks that something is absolutely absurd.
Well, I'll grind the fuller. Absolutely, I'll grind it. The only thing I do with this, thanks, appreciate it. The only thing I do with this basically is I forge to shape with the curves and the ricasso and tang. And then from there forward, I grind in bevels, and this will be the first time doing a fuller on a Cris, so it'll definitely be ground in. Try the suggestion. Yes, I did. I did indeed. 5160 powder mixed in with the flux, yes. I absolutely did, and I'm waiting to see what it looks like. Yeah, I've got, at least, we'll say, I hope it's 5160 powder. It is a leaf spring. Majority are 5160 powder. However, you know, we can never be positive on that. So, it's a crapshoot.
Gordon says, being here in the UK, you don't get what you get. But if you want to try to get into my place, you have with a chainsaw.
You have the chainsaw. I'll hold the boomstick. Boomstick. Right on, brother. So, what's up with this shit we're hearing about it being illegal to fuck somebody not in your home? Like, if me and my wife were dating and she lived elsewhere, we couldn't hook up if we were in London or England. I mean, what's up with that? I heard that shit today and thought, what the hell? This is like a world police state at this point. It's getting insane, really. Honestly, I'm going to put a sign right over this door that states very clearly, politics and religion are not allowed in the forge. So, keep that in mind. Yeah, along with the blessed food.
Julie says, do you use your knives for rusting?
I use different things on different knives. I use rim oil, which is made by Remington, obviously, for gun barrels. or I use tongue oil, and it puts kind of a coating over it. It almost gives it a little glisten. It's almost like a clear coat. It will rub off over time, but you can just, rub it back on as it starts to come off. And tongue oil is a really great way to keep the handle from absorbing anything if there's a slight bit of, imperfection in it or whatever. Yeah, it does a lot of good stuff. It's also really good for the hands. Yeah. How's it looking? Y'all like that? Is it looking Cris-ish? Sorry guys, I got the cold cough. Or it's COVID 420. It's definitely not COVID 419 or COVID 19, whatever. You know what I mean. COVID 19. That's it.
Tongue oil is generally food.
Yeah, you can eat tongue oil. So you can also eat boiled linseed oil. I would suggest it, but you can't eat it, especially if you need to poop. Take a shot of boiled linseed oil. Yeah, but I mean it.
I feed you linseed all the time.
Yeah, but most of the people, unless you get a new jug and then you open it and take a shot out of that new jug to make sure you can poop, I wouldn't suggest using it. Otherwise, everything that you touch to the tip of that bottle to swipe on everything is now in your mouth. So, you get my drift.
Gordon responded to your question about.
Yes. What is that question? I mean, what does that answer?
It says, yeah, it's crap, I know, but I'm not going to go there at the moment. Our Prime Minister is like us a dumb tap.
Totally understood.
The president is a dumb twat. I think that's what that was.
Yes. Absolutely. And we got some orange twats around here, let me tell you, man. Our twats are orange. The orange guy. No, they're not all orange. The leader of the twats. The supreme twatness himself. There you go, supreme twatness. Somebody tweet that shit. To you, supreme twatness. I dare you to hold a Bible over me and take a picture, motherfucker.
They gotta tear gas you first.
Ah, fuck that. Anywho, let's get back to poaching. Yeah, stick my hand in there and grab it. Alright. You guys, this is going to end up being a dagger, not a knife. As do most all my projects. End up bigger than expected. So, there, I could actually go ahead and put in a ricasso back here to make it the length that I wanted, and it's still a Cris. I've got at least 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bends in it. I usually go for 5 to 7 depending on what I'm forging there, but yeah, I got like 5 bends in it, so I'm going to straighten this one up back here a little bit and then cock it back, and then that'll be the end of the twist, or the bends. What I missed? Right on, right on.
We win.
Alright, now we're going to flip it around the other way. That's looking kind of cool, right? Hell yeah.
Gordon does enough politics. No more fuckery.
No more bully tactics. Yeah, bully tactics. That's what it is. It's not politics, it's bully tactics. Bully tactics. I like that. Oh, bollocks? Yeah, I'm sure. It's the language barrier, man. Not that there's a barrier, but, Difference in in slang, right? There you go. Difference in slang. Yeah, I think I'm gonna start trying to pull off the dolly look. I can do it. I can do it. How's my time looking anyway? Hey, that's perfect. About an hour worth of forging.
Are you about done? Ready?
I'm about done. I got about 10-15 more minutes. Right now I'm putting in the last bin and then I'm going to put it in the tank. So yeah, man. Oh, I forgot that my horn was hot. Yeah, man. I'm glad you guys stopped by tonight. Polymulti-ticks, blood-sucking parasites.
Yeah, multiple blood-sucking parasites.
I dig it.
You are not wrong.
Dude, that's interesting.
But
Just looking at the pattern. See, the twist pattern has gone around the whole time, but it seems like as I was forging out, all of the twist pattern that was this way has straightened out, okay, and it's now running along the blade in the same shape as the blade, all straight, or, straight down the blade, which is really freaking cool. And I think that's going to be awesome in the edge. Like, that's going to be really awesome.
Daniel is offering to your huckleberry.
Yeah, I know you, my huckleberry. Don't worry, I'm already your friend. Oops.
Cord.
I see the cord, we're good.
Are we?
Yeah.
Is this plastic?
No, I didn't hit the cord, it landed right in front of the cord.
No, it landed on the cord. I have eyeballs.
No, it didn't.
This is Mark's cord.
Hallucinating. Hallucinating. What up? What'd you say?
Adam said that's going to be pretty.
Yeah.
So I have a couple of blades going on my first tomahawk and my first trench knife.
Nice. I like the trench knife idea there.
Trench knife, man.
Yeah. All right. So I'm going to use this handy dandy tool right over here that I got from Uncle Buck, Mr. Guillotine Man, and I'm going to use that to start in my tang. And I'll just press it in an area where I want my ricasso and tang to be, and from there I'll grind back, just for the sake of time, or I'll end up forging in the rest of the tang after the stream is over or something. Probably tomorrow, who knows. But yeah, let's hammer in a tang real quick, or at least a notch. Let's hammer in the ricasso notch and grind the tang from there. That's more like it. Get it as close to shape as you can, and then take all mechanical advantages you want to, you can, to get it done. I mean, stop cheating. There you go. Get her to it. I feel as though there's been a lack of barracks recently. I miss you guys.
Yeah, I haven't seen them either.
Oh, it's been a minute. Yeah. It's all right. They'll get to me when they get to me. It's all good. So yeah.
She said I need one of those.
One of them what?
I guess the
Oh, the guillotine? Yeah, it helps a lot. So, give you guys an idea, this is what I had in mind for the display. It looks like a piece of petrified wood in the shape of a foot. And this fits on here in such a way that's really kind of cool.
My fiddles are better at
But basically that's it. The flat bottom, petrified wood, and the pretty knife on top. So that's what we're thinking with this. And once we get all the raffle information, we'll let you know what's up. honestly haven't even decided yet. I normally don't choose what I'm going to put on the handle until the blade is already close to finish. Basically, the knife has to tell me what it wants. That's how I do most of my blades, unless it's a specific design requested in advance or I have a particular thing that I want to create. If I'm just like bullshitting my way through it, then I won't pick it until the end. Thank you.
Gordon says they can't wait to get his hammer from Dan Moss, which seems like it's long interrupted.
Hell yes. Dude, Dan Moss is a great dude too, man. He's a lot of fun. Yeah, we had a lot of fun in Quad State. I think he and I may have flirted a little too much with one another, but it's okay. We had a good time. All right. Well, this is what we're looking at. So, want my water bottle. I need to find a place that I want the tank. It's going to be about there. All right. Squeeze this down on the vise in like 2 seconds. I mean, squeeze it down on the press over there in like 2 seconds, but this is a lot easier to line it up and it's square, not rounded. Right. Yep, I got a seam opening up right there. Look at that. It's in the ricasso, right? There you go. See where I squeeze that in? That's where the blades are going to stop, and it drops into the ricasso, or the edges are going to stop, drops into the ricasso, and then it'll drop into the tang all the way back. So the guard is going to sit right up against the ricasso on this, so it'll be like a small dagger. Hell yeah. But right, where is it? Right here. Right there, you can probably see it right there. I have a seam opening up right there at the very back. That's the first seam I've had open the whole time. So this is still salvageable. That's not really detrimental. It's not going to damage it, even at the very least. If it's a wall hanger, it's a wall hanger. So, you know. Anyway, that's where I'm going to leave you guys. I hope you enjoyed this hour of forging, and look forward to.
I'm so proud of you. It was an hour.
I know, right? I didn't go over. Yeah. Not that it really matters if I go over. Anywho, slide my handle back in the door. Yeah, that was fun. Can I make a suggestion? With that knife, make a resin base with that wood cut bit of the resin, and it would make a great holder. I'm confused. Are you talking about the piece of wood with the knife display? Yeah, actually let's see, wood cut, yeah, out of the resin. So you're saying like basically put that in with resin and then make a new one? I think, I'm not sure I quite understand that one. Don't know. Yeah. Okay, so just add resin to that. Well, I've been painting the outside with the Limonite clear just to give it that effect, to make it look more like stone with the petrified wood look. But I hadn't considered adding resin to it, like colored resin or anything. Yeah. See what we can make happen. Thank you, man. I'm glad you enjoyed the stream. Thank you, thank you. Hell yeah. You're very welcome. Anytime, guys. Well, hell, every Tuesday. Unless announced ahead of time, every Tuesday. So, I guess we'll see you next Tuesday, which will be technically episode 1 of On the Spot. So think about something you guys want to challenge me with next week, and put me on the spot, man. Have me forge something. Remember, it has to be within an hour. 3 people have to, and what was the third rule? Oh, it has to be an edged weapon. There you go. Y'all have a good night. Thanks for stopping. Do the usual. Like, share, sub, all that. Love you guys. Have a great night.